Mindful listening is the art of truly hearing what is being said, beyond words, with an open heart and without judgment. And that is the thought for today. Welcome to 7 Good Minutes. I'm Clyde Lee Dennis. Thanks for joining me for what I believe will be 7 of the most enriching minutes of your day. In today's episode of 7 Good Minutes, we talk about the practice of mindful listening to deepen connections and enhance understanding. Enjoy. Mindful listening is more than just hearing words. It is about being fully present in a conversation. When you practice mindful listening, you focus entirely on the speaker without letting your mind drift to your own thoughts or responses. You give your full attention, absorbing not just the words being spoken, but also the tone, emotions, and body language. It's about creating space for others to express themselves without feeling rushed or judged. When you listen mindfully, you set aside distractions, including the urge to think ahead or interrupt. This allows you to truly understand what is being said rather than just preparing your reply. It fosters a sense of connection and presence, making the person speaking feel valued and heard. In a world where conversations often happen in the midst of distractions, practicing mindful listening can be a rare and powerful gift. By embracing this practice, you can improve both your personal and professional relationships. You will notice that when people feel genuinely heard, they are more open and trusting. This small shift in your approach to communication can lead to deeper connections, better understanding, and more meaningful conversations in every area of your life. Hearing is passive, but listening is active. Many people assume they are listening simply because they can repeat what was said, but mindful listening goes beyond that. It involves absorbing not just the words, but also the emotions behind them. When you listen deeply, you acknowledge the other person's perspective without immediately inserting your own opinions. Most conversations involve a back and forth where people are eager to share their thoughts. Instead of engaging in true dialogue, they wait for their turn to speak. But when you practice mindful listening, you change this dynamic. You slow down and focus on understanding rather than responding. You learn to pause before speaking, allowing what you just heard to fully register. This shift in approach makes a noticeable difference. When people feel heard, they feel respected and valued. They trust you more and open up in ways they might not otherwise. Mindful listening creates an environment of understanding, making conversations more fulfilling and relationships more meaningful. Listening is one of the most powerful ways to strengthen your relationships, whether with a partner, friend, coworker, or family member. Being a good listener builds trust and connection. When you give someone your full attention, they feel respected and appreciated. It shows that you value their words, thoughts, and feelings. In close relationships, mindful listening can prevent misunderstandings and reduce conflict. When both people feel heard, they are more likely to respond with patience and kindness. It also encourages openness. When you listen without judgment, others feel safe sharing their true thoughts and emotions. In professional settings, mindful listening enhances teamwork and collaboration. People are more engaged when they know their ideas are truly being considered. Leaders who practice mindful listening earn the respect of their teams, making communication more effective and productive. The simple act of being fully present in a conversation can have profound effects on all areas of your life. One of the biggest challenges in mindful listening is overcoming distractions. Your mind might wander to your own to-do list, your phone might vibrate, or you might be tempted to jump in with advice before the other person has finished speaking. Learning to recognize these habits is the first step in shifting your focus. To be fully present, try taking a deep breath before each conversation. Set aside your phone and any other distractions so you can give your undivided attention. Maintain eye contact and use small physical cues, like nodding or leaning in, to show that you are engaged. If your mind starts to drift, gently bring it back to the present moment. Practicing this level of attentiveness helps you stay connected and engaged. Over time, it becomes easier to tune out unnecessary distractions and focus on the person in front of you. This not only improves your ability to listen, but also makes your interactions more meaningful and rewarding. Empathy is a key component of mindful listening. When you listen with empathy, you put yourself in the other person's shoes, seeking to understand their emotions and perspective. You don't just hear their words. You feel the meaning behind them. To practice empathetic listening, focus on the emotions that come through in a conversation. Pay attention to tone, facial expressions, and pauses. Rather than jumping in with advice or trying to fix a problem, simply acknowledge what they are feeling. A simple phrase like, "That sounds really challenging," or "I can see why that would be difficult," can go a long way in making someone feel heard and supported. Empathetic listening strengthens relationships because it creates a safe space for people to express themselves. When you respond with understanding and compassion, you build trust and connection. Over time, this practice helps you become a better communicator, deepening your ability to support and uplift those around you. Mindful listening is a habit that can be practiced every day, whether in conversations with loved ones, co-workers, or even strangers. You have opportunities to be fully present and engaged. Start small, by setting the intention to truly listen in your next conversation. You might be surprised by the impact this has. When people feel heard, they open up more, they feel valued, and they respond in kind. By making mindful listening a regular practice, you can transform the way you interact with others. Your relationships will become more fulfilling, your communication will improve, and you will cultivate a deeper sense of connection with those around you. Being a mindful listener is a skill that benefits not only the people you engage with, but also yourself. It allows you to slow down, appreciate the present moment, and build meaningful relationships based on trust and understanding. It's a small but powerful shift, one that has the potential to change your interactions in a profound and lasting way. That does it for today's episode of 7 Good Minutes. Please take a moment to rate and review the show on the platform you're listening on. Until next time, let's be civil to one another out there. Thanks for listening.